Not long after my 70th birthday, I sat at my kitchen table feeling a strange ache in my heart, not exactly sadness, but a restlessness. I realized I hadn't pursued anything new in years. And then I thought, is it too late for me to learn something entirely different? It reminded me of Colonel Sanders, who founded KFC in his 60s, and Michelangelo, who was still designing architecture in his 70s, constantly pushing boundaries. If they could remain curious, why couldn't I at 70 plus? In the next 15 minutes, let me share 5 steps that reignited my passion for knowledge. If you've ever told yourself, I'm too old for studying, or my mind isn't what it used to be, I invite you to stay. Because, as Michelangelo famously said at age 87, I'm still learning. Together, let's discover how your later years can be a chapter of vibrant intellectual growth. Close your eyes for a moment and whisper, I can still learn, I can still grow. That simple affirmation might open doors you never knew were there. Think of one historical figure who kept learning late in life, like Grandma Moses, who started painting in her late 70s. Let that example spark your curiosity about your own potential. According to multiple studies, older adults who keep learning, whether via online courses, local college audits, or library classes, tend to have sharper minds, lower stress, and a deeper sense of purpose. Think of John Glenn, who returned to space at 77. He showed us that age doesn't stop a person from reaching for the stars, literally. Beyond the practical mental benefits, lifelong learning combats isolation, fosters new friendships, and injects excitement into daily life. Maybe you dream of studying ancient civilizations, picking up a new language, or understanding modern tech. This hunger to know more can fuel your spirit, reminding you that even if your hair is gray, your mind can still sparkle. Over the coming segments, we'll explore 5 steps to make that sparkle shine. Ask yourself, who's an older figure you admire for their curiosity? Keep that name in mind as we proceed, letting their example encourage you. The first key: acknowledging that curiosity never truly leaves us. Perhaps you loved gardening books in your 30s or had a fleeting fascination with astronomy that you never pursued. Or you've been told, you ask good questions, but life's demands made you stop. Truth is, your younger self's inquisitiveness may be quietly knocking. Colonel Sanders was nearing 70 when he set out to share his secret chicken recipe, and look how that turned out. So let's do a little exercise. Think of a subject or skill that consistently tugs at your interest. It could be classic literature, climate change, or even quantum physics. Whisper, I have the right to learn for fun and growth. Age doesn't invalidate your curiosity. If anything, your lifetime of experience makes learning more meaningful now. Once you decide you're worthy of new knowledge, the rest of the journey becomes infinitely smoother. That's exactly where I started. I dusted off an old atlas. I'd always been curious about geography, asked myself, why not me? Why not now? And I felt a rush of excitement, the kind I hadn't felt since school days. Try that same mindset, letting curiosity breathe again. Take a pen and scribble down 1 or 2 topics that spark your interest, no matter how random or lofty. This is your seed of motivation. Now that you've embraced your inner curiosity, let's find ways to feed it without breaking the bank. Many colleges allow senior audits, meaning you can attend lectures, soak up knowledge, and skip the pressure of exams. Libraries frequently host events, speaker series, or book clubs on everything from local history to new technology. Some nonprofits or community centers run short workshops tailored to seniors. Then there's the online universe, MOOCs, massive open online courses, like Coursera, edX, or FutureLearn. Imagine having Ivy League or top university lectures right in your living room. Age is no barrier here. If you're uneasy about computers, ask a grandchild or neighbor for a quick tutorial. That's exactly what Elaine, a friend of mine, did when she yearned to study ancient Egyptian history. She joined an online course from her small apartment, and within weeks, she was discussing pharaohs and pyramids with people from around the world. If you're financially constrained, don't worry, plenty of these courses offer free audit modes or minimal fees. Just remember, the biggest cost is not money, it's the risk of missing out on the wonders you might discover. So start searching local bulletins, library schedules, or just type "free course on" topic into Google. You might be one click away from your next intellectual adventure. In the next day or two, see if your local library has an event schedule. Jot down something that piques your interest, even if it's just a 30-minute talk on a new subject. Learning can be a solo endeavor, but it blossoms even more when shared. Study groups, book clubs, or discussion circles let you dissect new information while forging deeper social ties, vital for emotional well-being in later life. Remember how Michelangelo famously said at 87, "I'm still learning." Imagine how many peers, artisans, and apprentices he exchanged ideas with, fueling his creativity across decades. Consider forming a small circle of fellow seniors who share your curiosity, maybe about history, environmental issues, or even a thriller novel series. Meet once a week over coffee, in person or online, to chat about what you've learned that week. Some find themselves more accountable and motivated this way. Alternatively, join an established group. Many senior centers or religious communities have monthly reading or discussion clubs. If your interest is niche, like astronomy, try an online forum or a social media group dedicated to that topic. This synergy is priceless. As you share thoughts, confusion, or aha moments, you bond over the thrill of learning. And that sense of communal growth can lighten feelings of isolation. Let me say it, the joy in a new fact or perspective doubles when you can exclaim, "Guess what I learned today," and see someone's eyes light up. Think of one or two friends or neighbors who might love to discuss a subject with you. Maybe propose a weekly meetup to watch a lecture or read an article. Sometimes, the best classroom is a cozy living room. Let's revisit Elaine. In her 70s, she felt she'd lost her spark after retirement. She was also anxious about technology. But a gentle nudge from her grandson led her to an online series of history lectures. At first, it was daunting, figuring out how to log in, navigate the platform, and even type in the chat forum. But with a bit of help, Elaine got the hang of it. She soon found herself enthralled by stories of ancient civilizations, reading beyond the lecture material, and recommending documentaries to her family. Elaine then joined a small Facebook study group, connecting with retirees nationwide who also were exploring world history. She said it felt like traveling back to her youth, except now she had the perspective and patience of her older years. Within 6 months, her self-described foggy mind felt sharper, and she discovered new friendships, even meeting up with a few group members for a museum trip. Elaine's story shows how combining free online courses, minimal tech knowledge, and a supportive group can reignite passions once thought dormant. One marvelous aspect of lifelong learning is how it stokes a renewed sense of purpose, no matter how late you start. Just completing a unit in an online course or finishing a library workshop can bring a wave of accomplishment you might not have felt in ages. Setting small goals, like reading a chapter a week or passing a short quiz, gives your day structure, fueling motivation and self-worth. Think of Michelangelo working on the Sistine Chapel in his 70s. He wasn't just passing time, he was reveling in each brushstroke's significance. On a smaller scale, your new knowledge can similarly give you a fresh mission each morning. This sense of progress and mental stimulation can ripple into other parts of life. Maybe you feel more confident speaking up in family discussions or volunteering to help a local group. Let the idea sink in, learning isn't just for diplomas or careers, it's for the soul. In older age, each new tidbit of information can yield surprising delight, like that feeling of solving a puzzle you once thought unsolvable. You'll realize there's always another horizon, another angle to explore. After all, if legendary figures like Grandma Moses found her artistic calling past 75, we can certainly find satisfaction in mastering a new subject or skill. Right now, consider one milestone you'd like to achieve, maybe finishing a short course or reading that biography you've put off. Let it fuel your sense of purpose starting today. Even after reaching one goal, don't let your curiosity rest. Lifelong learning is, by definition, an ongoing journey. Suppose you completed a beginner Spanish course. Why not practice daily conversation with a friend, or check out Spanish cooking videos? If you studied local history, consider writing a small piece for your community newsletter, or giving a casual talk at a seniors meetup. Sharing what you learn not only cements your knowledge but also sparks new connections. Think of it like an infinite library. After finishing one book, there's always another shelf of topics you never explored. Maybe you pick up a new form of learning, like interactive simulations, citizen science projects, or collaborative puzzle platforms. The world is full of small wonders waiting for a curious mind, whether you're 70, 80, or beyond. And by sharing your insights, telling family or posting short reviews online, you multiply the impact. You might inspire someone else, younger or older, who sees you as living proof that the mind can remain luminous. If you ever feel you've learned enough, remember that iconic cellist Pablo Casals, who practiced daily even in his 90s, once said, "I think I'm making progress." That's the spirit. Every day, one more step. Ask yourself, after finishing one course or project, what's next on my curiosity list? Write down at least 1 or 2 new subjects you'd love to tackle. Let's revisit the 5 steps that turned me, and Elaine, into lifelong learners, well into our 70s. Recognize your innate curiosity and motivation. Explore free/low-cost opportunities. Form or join study groups for social bonds. Embrace a sense of achievement and purpose. Keep exploring and share your insights. Each step reaffirms that your mind remains fertile ground for discovery. Like Colonel Sanders, Michelangelo, or Grandma Moses, you too can embark on a new intellectual or creative quest, ignoring the notion that age is a barrier. If you feel that tiny spark of wonder inside, nurture it, start small, find support, celebrate your wins, and keep going. Consider picking just one step to act on this week. Maybe it's calling a library about upcoming events or searching for an online course on a topic you love. Let that first phone call or click lead you to a world you've been missing. Whisper now, "I choose to keep learning," and watch how that choice adds color and depth to your life. I should clarify, I'm not a certified educator or cognitive expert, just a senior who found renewed purpose in continuous study. If you have specific concerns about cognitive health, please talk to a professional. But if your heart resonates with exploring new knowledge, I urge you to let curiosity guide you. If this message lifted your spirits or reminded you of your capacity to grow, please hit the like button, subscribe for more, and share this video with someone who might feel too old to learn. Remember, as Michelangelo declared in his later years, "I'm still learning." And so can we. Whether you're 70, 80, or beyond, your brain is a treasure house waiting for fresh ideas. Thank you for spending these 15+ minutes with me. May your days ahead be filled with wonder, fulfillment, and the simple joy of discovering something new. Because, truly, it's never too late to keep learning, step by step.